All right, so welcome everybody is listening to this either podcast or live on Zoom. My name is Cohen. I'm a medical Qigong practitioner and energy healing coach. I've been helping people one-on-one heal from various chronic health condition using sustainable practices, breathing technique, Qigong, medical Qigong, changing lifestyle, things like that. And this talk is going to be transcribed into the podcast called Awaken the Healer Within. It's that healer that you have inside of you that sometimes we need to wake him up. And these talks, these talks about waking up this person inside of you, and from these talks meant to inspire you and to also give you tools and resources of how to go about different issues. And then we always open the conversation for questions regarding the subject we're talking about or in general. So welcome, and your input, your wisdom, your question is really what makes this talks really more inspiring, more engaging, and helping other people. This podcast is being viewed and listened to a lot. I guess that's what I'm getting from email that I'm getting from the podcast. So I'm excited about that and feeling like on purpose, and on it makes me want to do more of this and prepare more for this and do topics that are interesting. So it's interesting when you have an audio, when you have a feedback, and when you have a people that listen, you're more engaged and more people get the benefit. And this is what kind of we're going to talk about today, about life purpose, and about and that's part of the talks. This is the third in the series of 5 talks that all about energy. And energy is this big topic. Everybody's looking for more energy. How can I feel more energetic? Why I have dips of energy? Why I'm feeling like blah? Why in the end of the day I'm feeling so exhausted? And this is really these 5 talks are designed to go into different subject, to kind of spotlight different subject on this topic. And it's no wonder that I'm doing it during the summer, because the summer is the organ that associated in Chinese medicine with the summer is the heart, and the heart is the most important organ in the body. And in Chinese medicine, we're looking at the heart not as only the physical function, like in Western medicine. It doesn't only pump the blood into the body, it has energetic properties, emotional properties, and actually spiritual properties too. That organ it's like a little person there with its own consciousness that has a wisdom, it has feelings, it stores energy and emotions. And we have many recently discoveries that we know that actually the organ itself, the physical organ, stores life experiences. It's very interesting. We actually we're not going to go there, but maybe in another time I'll give you some references where to go and see it. But there's amazing studies recently. So today we're going to talk about life purpose, and let's start with a little bit of meditation, like we always do, just a little qigong ceremony. And lately it become more like a meditation, but let's do something a little. Let's kind of loosen up the neck. The neck is the connection between the head and the heart center, and we always kind of feeling blocked here, holding tension. This is also the connection between the body and the mind. We say the body and the mind connecting. So the neck is an area where we release a lot of tension. So let's kind of like relax the head to one side, just bring ear to one shoulder, and see if you can feel the weight of the head. See if you can really let go of the shoulder. And while you do it, just soften the face also. See if you hold tension in the jaw and the eyes. Just kind of soften the face. There's no expression on the face. And then bring the chin to the chest slowly. And if this is too intense, just reduce the volume of each practice we're kind of sharing. And as the chin comes to the chest, just breathe a little deeper. And focus on exhalation, if you will, from the mouth. And then The other ear goes to the other shoulder. So just try to see if you can exhale from the mouth with a long exhalation. And then the head goes back. And we're just kind of rotating the neck very slowly, very softly. And we also make sure that our shoulders are relaxed and our face is relaxed. And we focus on exhalation. We focus on exhalation, and we maybe, even if you can, lengthen it. So you really exhale all the air out. All the air out. Let the inhalation come naturally. The exhalation is what you're interested in. The body will get the inhalation, don't worry. And reverse direction. Go very slowly. See if you can feel, oh, what is the weight of this area that I'm carrying on top of my shoulder? Can I feel the weight of it as I move the head? Is it like 1 pound? Is it 2 pounds? You know? Let's do one more circle. And then we end the circle with the chin coming to the chest. And as this chin comes to the chest, we take a deep inhalation into the base of the skull. And exhale, lift the head up. Nice. And rotate the shoulders. Breathe in as the shoulder goes back and out. And one shoulder at a time. One shoulder at a time. Inhale and exhale down. Inhale. Nice. And just close your eyes again. See how it feels. Feeling the feet on the floor, touching the floor, the sit bones on the chair. Acknowledging the earth beneath you. The sky above you, and the horizon all around you, behind your heart, in front of your heart, and all direction around you. Feeling like you're not alone. Yeah, you're sitting in a big energy field. You have earth, you have heaven, you have, just connect with the bigger energy field. Feel that you are connected to yourself, but also to the universe. Nice, and let's open the eyes. Beautiful, beautiful, nice. And oh wow, more people join. Thank you guys so much for coming. So we're talking about purpose today. Purpose, what is purpose? And what does that mean? And so life purpose. And this is a very important topic in Chinese medicine and also other cultures. What do you do in life, or what is the reason that you wake up in the morning? Why life is worth living? It's very, very big if we put it in these words. Like why, what makes it worthwhile? What makes life worthwhile? Why is it so important? It's because that's the essence of life. And so what the Taoist tells us, and that starts with the heart. That's why it's belong to the summer, it's belong to energy. Because when we have, because we know there's some people that feeling very purposeful, right? Some of them, we see them like they wake up in the morning and they do everything, and they feel sometimes is a workaholic, and at some point they burn out. But some people, they do they love life, and they wake up and they make. And so what is sustain that? What is behind that? What is the base of what is the core base behind or underneath everything that brings life into fruition, into this motivation? Why do we have motivational? Why do we need to be motivated? How can we be self-motivated without? So that's really an interesting topic, and it's a very appropriate topic in the age of modern life, where we always have salesmen try to sell us something, right? We always have salesmen try to sell us like a beautiful car, or a house, or a style of living, or a fit body, like with 6 abs and all that. And then we buy all these we buy all of this. Yeah. So we have, so how do we, what do we have to do to live an energetic and full life? And that's a big topic, I thought, and it's very important, and very important for energy, and it starts from the heart, and that's a source of a lot of people feeling all kinds of different feelings, depression, this, or lost, or going in a routine and feeling like there's no that they're not connected to what they do, and things like that. And it doesn't mean that it's not really about your job, like what type of job you do. It's really about finding what is it that makes it worth living, like what makes you want to wake up in the morning and go about your day. And that's life's purpose. And that begins with internal practices, with the heart. And so this is the topic, and this is very important, because the Taoists tell us that life, if you read the Tao Te Ching and the I Ching, the Book of Changes, I love to summarize it. I mean, I love to summarize things because it makes things easier. But really what the Taoists tell us, that life is a gift to be enjoyed. That's it. Life is a gift. So that when you say the word gift, there's gratitude, right? And then to be enjoyed, to have joy, to feel vital. And how do we want to feel vital? And this is really the source of feeling energetic, feeling good. And when we're feeling vital, we're feeling like we are contributing something, and somebody else maybe enjoy it, something that we love, and something that we're good at, something that we become good at, but definitely something that we love. What do we want to do? Regardless of all the salesman that tells you what you need to do. So it's also outside of like a job. Like I can have, my purpose of life can be something. It's more like it's not so much of what I do, like let's say a job of like a fireman or a police officer. So that's what he does for living, but the quality of his chi. So we have the quantity of the chi, and we have the quality of your chi, of your life force. And the quality of the chi is what your life purpose, what the attitude, what lies behind it or underneath it. So I can, so this police officer can be just his purpose of life is to bring money to his kids and to his wife and sustain his family, and so that's very survival. And another police officer, his life purpose is to help people, to save people's life, or to that or to help, yeah, to help people. It could be to um what comes to mind, to inspire people, or to like be to be kind, to kindness, to connect to people. Like my job is to make friends, to connect to people. I love that. And I do it through a certain job. I do it through being a police officer, or I do it through being a Qigong teacher. So the life purpose is what lies underneath. So it could be the same job, but underneath it, it's something else that motivates you. And that's the quality of your chi. The quality of your chi is why are you waking up? And the police officer, that his job is to connect to people, to make connections. He's gonna go about his day differently than the guy that the police officer that his job is to make the most amount of money. Maybe he would take extra jobs and to make it worthwhile, and more shifts. And so the life purpose is to do something that you love, something that you enjoy, and that's the life purpose, and something that you can be rewarded for, something that you are good at, and that's what brings you joy. So that's life's purpose, and how to get to it is usually with internal practice, knowing yourself better, being in the here and now. I'm just gonna share a little bit about myself, and then I'll open it to conversation. But for me, I've changed. I have changed my profession into doing what I'm doing now, and I did a lot of internal practices, qigong, a lot of meditation, a lot of internal practices. When I started to realize what is my purpose here in life, and what we said is the heart, this organ. Remember, we talked about the heart is an organ that has consciousness. In Chinese medicine, we believe that he knows, the organ itself knows why you're here for, why you came into this lifetime, what is the meaning of your life. And all we need to do is to listen, to internal, to quiet, to free yourself from the world. And it's really hard to do when you're in survival mode. When you are in survival mode, oh, I need money, I need this, I need cars, you are in a different state. But what you came here to enjoy life, to have fun, to really spread joy and be love. And so if we think about that, it cannot come from a survival, from a fear-based place. It has to come from an expanded state of mind. And that's where practices like qigong and meditation, self-awareness, helping us a lot. I've done leaps through going internally and kind of listening to my inner voice more and more and more, and until I kind of shifted what I do. But I didn't have to shift. It doesn't mean that a person has to shift what he does at all, but you might shift your purpose and your job. It's like what I said, that you have the same job, but underneath there's a different underlying purpose is different, and the attitude is changing. Your attitude to the job, your quality of chi changes. When you see the police officer that his purpose is to connect to people, and when you connect with the other guy, you see a different personality. You see the quality of chi is different. And that's what we say the quality of your chi. So that's that comes from internal. So how to find your purpose, and how to find your purpose, and why internal practice is helping us, because they kind of clear out all the when I was very young, I wanted to be a pilot, and then all the boys wanted to be a pilot, right? I don't know why, who told us this. Maybe but you want to be different things for different things, and then during the years they feed you all these ideas of what you should be doing, or or how you want to vision yourself, or what you're ambitious, or what your goals is, and what do you want to identify yourself with. But life purpose goes, it's not so much about profession, it's about and what are you good at, and what you want to do, and what makes you joy, and what makes you want to wake up in the morning, what really does, without thinking about money, without thinking about what considered to be good or beautiful or in the modern world, and what people fitting us from the outside. And it's hard because we get a lot of input from TV, from this, from that, from people talk. It's amazing. And to quiet these voices, you have to do some internal practice. You have to feel expanded. You have to go through, you have to listen to this guy here that always talks to you, and to listen, and sometimes you can talk to it too. There's practices you can actually talk to it, and you can ask questions, and you can do a self practice. So really, it's an invitation to come within, to check within, to practice these practices. And now in the summer practice in our Qigong classes during this season, we focus on the heart, we focus on all these things, and the practice is geared towards that. So I invite you also to come and check out the online classes, and maybe we'll do a workshop that is geared towards, we usually do it towards the beginning of the year in the winter, like visioning and like purpose, and like what do we want to do for the next year, kind of like New Year resolution, things like that. But yeah, whenever we have a workshop, I'll put it and send it out. But this is really about joy, about connecting to oneself, and from here to step out. So let me open it to you guys, if you want to say anything, or share, or ask question about it. And I know life purpose life is very it's a big one. Like, what is my purpose? I can share with you my purpose too, if you'd like. If you're curious.
Sure.
Yeah, good. Share.
Yes.
Share it. Oh,
Yes.
my life purpose is to inspire people. Yeah.
You do inspire us.
Oh, good. I'm trying. But it's, but this is what I love to do. I love to even when I talk, like sometimes I would meet a guy on the beach or whatever, and he asks me about something, and it's not related to Qigong, but I tell him something that I saw a movie, and from a conversation he started with me, and just trying to give him more information, and to inspire him about like learning more about what he's asking or what he's sharing with me. And so it could be, if you take it to everywhere, it's like something that you take everywhere, and you wake up and you're like, okay, who I'm gonna meet today, how can I connect with more people, how can I share my gift, and then eventually, if you can make a job out of it, it's great. Okay, so what else anybody wants to share? Yes, Edward, go ahead.
So, this is great. And I really have to, acknowledge you, because you opened up for me, more consciousness, more awareness. And, we've spoken before, and I've cured myself of hepatitis and things, and I don't have that. And my mother was very, spiritual, and Edward, the answers are in front of you. And yet you've dropped in so many wonderful things. If you want to change your energy, bang your heels. And, I've said so many times here, we have the God-given ability to choose. And I've learned to choose in life, in the purpose of my life. I want to choose my life. And stuff goes on all over the place. But that isn't for me to fall into, and I have learned to choose love and happiness, and growing in the last 6 years up until last year. I've traveled, 2 months out of the year with a backpack that I could never do before. Had to go with the family to hotels and this and that, went into hostels. But in that context, meeting people, meeting new life experiences that are really positive. And, you've shared your experiences, our friends have shared, our family have shared. But every day I wake up, as my mother woke me up, stretch, reach, it's a beautiful day as a child, I just stay there. And no matter what's going on there, what's going on here is to bring out a light of happiness and joy. And I was just back east for 3 weeks ago, and my nephew said to me, "Do you know what it is to be sad and unhappy? I've never seen you that way." And again, it's just my choice. I can choose.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to share another spin on the purpose. A lot of people heal through finding their life purpose, or through changing profession, or changing or starting to go towards a goal. Because a lot of people, when they have pain in the body, they feel like it's smaller. And then when they work on a purpose, on a life change, they change their attention to there. And a lot of times they heal through actually finding something joyful that they can do. And the idea is really, from healing perspective modality, it's very important to start small, to kind of start. If you have a life purpose and you want to change something, and start really small, doing small step towards changing. If it's a professional change, a job, or whatever you want to change, or start small and just trying to feel it, how it feels. But what I've found out that brings a lot of time brings healing, just changing the focus. And because when we are aching in pain or emotional pain, the world seems to be like shrinking on us, and it's almost like feeling like you're in a room with tons of people. It just feels cramped. And when you reach a goal, or like you have a different project to work on, or a work that and that's in front of you, a lot of people just step out of their part of the healing is that. So that's so important, and that's how I like to connect it to healing energy as well. Edward, what you said is beautiful, and that kind of brought me this idea as well.
Ellie, I want to say, I want to acknowledge you, because just your courses, Good Night Qigong. So over last year, becoming conscious of that, I'm so conscious of sleeping 8, 9, and 10 hours a night and having a good sleep. And I wake up with no pain every day. I can run, jump at 78 and do all that stuff. And it's from you, it's from getting the synovial fluids moving in our body, and really realizing, and here's the title, The Healer Within, that we can heal ourselves. We can absolutely do it. And thank you for bringing another level to all of us, to me, in that ability to heal ourselves, to sleep better. I mean, if I do the Good Night Qigong before I jump into bed, I can't even make it. I just fall in and I fall asleep. So
yeah,
it's a
great.
miracle of what you've given away to all of us.
That's great. Well, yeah, go ahead, Peter.
I really like how this talk is about purpose, because I think the 6 people that I see here, I don't want to be offensive. I don't think any of us are 25 anymore. And you talk about purpose, but what I also love is you talked about being in survival mode. And I think that's really critical right now, with the pandemic isn't over. I'm not going to talk about that. I live in the Midwest. I'm 3 hours ahead of all of you. And in the Midwest and in Florida, this Delta variant it people need to be cautious. So there are a lot of people still in survival mode. Um, so it's this really interesting interplay between contemplating your life's purpose and being in survival mode, which is really a difficult place to be. To try to figure out, um, uh, how many times should I be going to the grocery store? Should I be doing Shipt? Should I have my food delivered, without being neurotic? I mean, there's this real interesting line that we're still in a pandemic, but I think everybody here still wants to have a spiritual life, but we have to be realistic too and be safe and cautious. And Ellie, I'm sure many of you here are familiar with, that four-circle Venn diagram out of Japanese engineering called Ikigai.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, please email me, or Ellie probably has this four-circle Venn diagram where the intersection of all four of these circles is your life's purpose. And it's a beautiful practice to ask questions. The four circles are: first circle is that which you love, second, that which the world needs, third, that which you can be paid for if that's necessary. What's beautiful is if you don't need to be paid, you can take out that third circle, so that makes the Venn diagram even easier to use. And then the fourth circle is that which you are good at.
Right.
And it's a beautiful exercise in addition to vision boarding, like you mentioned, visioning. There's another practice I found. There's a tree of contemplative practices that the roots are actually communion, connection, and awareness. And then from those three roots, you can figure out what you should be doing in life.
Mm-hmm.
So Ellie, I wanted to thank you so much for bringing all of these concepts together, because it's never coincidental. I believe in providence. Whatever supreme being is controlled, I believe in providence. This morning, I had no idea what you were going to talk about today, but this morning I sat on the porch and had said to myself, you need to relook at your life's purpose. and here I am. So I believe in providence. You made me bring up these diagrams and my own tree of life that I've created.
Oh, beautiful.
That in my opinion, you should constantly revisit, maybe every month, every 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
because I think everybody here, Ellie, and I'm not going to speak, I think everybody that's here wants to live a life with meaning and purpose.
Beautiful.
I think if we didn't, we probably wouldn't be here. So I just wanted to thank you for bringing up very practical things for those of us that consider ourselves spiritual beings, however you define that. Because I think it's a tough time right now. For me, it's a tough time right now because my purpose is constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
I
think, thank you, Peter. Thank you so much for talking about this. And it's beautiful. I just want to say that, that also when you are doing all these exercises, and I love that you have different tools to work with this. And when you're looking at it, you are stepping out of this survival mode. You are cultivating hope. You are cultivating future when your chi is directed toward the future. and that's a beautiful practice to get out of this sort of like situation that we're in, and really think and really go through this kind of portal, which we're going to go through. So thank you for bringing it, and thank you for bringing the ikigai in Japanese culture is also very, very established concept, not only just a word, but also a concept and a practice. And it's so in the East, we know it from Chinese medicine, from Japanese culture. So it's part of how we feel vitality, how we feel purposeful, and that's the energy of the heart. Like if you see Cupid has an arrow, so it's very directional. The heart is very directional, and so we have to have direction. Otherwise, we lost. Lost is a place of yeah. So we is so. Thank you so much for talking. Let's do a closing ceremony, unless there's another question or share that you feel like it's really gonna be important. Yeah, okay, so let's do a closing ceremony for this, and let's just close our eyes, put the hands on your legs, and looking at our breath. Focusing on the natural respiration in the body as we feel the body. And giving attention to the breath in an area in the body that is most compelling to you. You can feel the breath anywhere in the body that you wish to. A place that is most compelling or obvious or easy. And really listen. Listen to the breath as it is. Not how would you like it to be. As it is. Without changing it. If it's shallow, it's shallow. If it's deep, it's deep. In that particular area. And as you listen and cultivate a true listening without wanting to change or control or divert, if the breath is shallow, it is shallow. You notice that's it. That's where it is. And true listening brings us closer to ourselves, closer to the heart. You might notice a need for the breath to be deeper or this or that. You may notice the wanting. but that true listening brings us real relaxation, real peace, real harmony. You may continue this meditation on your own after we finish. This is one easy way to really connect more closer to our life, the heart, the energy of our heart, and what we are really want from life and why we're here, is by listening meditation, listening to the things as they are, not as we want them to be, as they are, without pushing anything away. Let's open our eyes. Beautiful. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for giving this this talks echo and a place, and I'm sure that everybody that listening to the podcast and looking after is really appreciating it. I'm getting emails, so I just want you to know that your participation is appreciated, not only by me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. And good night. Qigong is tomorrow if you'd like to check it out. Bye, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Eli. Thank you.
Thank you.